OnePlus 5T review, the big secret. This year's late addition to the flagship smartphone lineup is the OnePlus 5T. Although the older OnePlus 5 has a lot of similarities with the new 5T, there are some significant differences that makes the 5T a much better smartphone. For Nepali market, this phone bears a significant value for money with the major flagship upgrades. Before we get to the secret of this new phone, let us tell you a bit about the new OnePlus 5T. For the design. First of all, the OnePlus 5T has a bigger display in an old and similar design. 6-inch bezel-free display now clasps the OnePlus 5T's front and gives the phone a modern look. Following the trend right now, OnePlus has opted to move the fingerprint scanner to the back of the phone and removing the phone's home button. This has changed the placement of different components of the phone, but the phone looks similar to the OnePlus 5 with its rounded body and dual camera. The bezel on the sides are minimal but not close to the curved edges of Samsung flagships. It still looks elegant and bears a comfortable viewing experience. Focusing on the camera, the two cameras at the back look similar to the iPhone 7 and 8 Plus at first glance. These cameras operate together to produce the portrait shots like many other dual camera phones. The main shooter is a 16 megapixel with 1x1.7 focal Sony IMX390H sensor. This main camera sensor shoots clear and vivid images. The larger pixel numbers along with the updated sensor produces images with little defects or artifacts. The secondary camera sensor on the other hand is a 20 megapixel with 1x1.7 focal sensor designed to perform at low light scenarios. It is activated when the shot is taken at night or when the environment is not well lit. We took this phone to take a couple of shots under different circumstances, and these are how the samples turned out. In the bright daylight, images came out sharp and focused. Photos are well exposed and with good color saturations. Portrait shots taken with this camera does a good job of blurring out the background but has a problem of leaking the blurs into the edges of the subject. We also tested this camera on low light, and as it turns out, images did come out with less noise and better clarity. We didn't prefer the newer 20 megapixel secondary camera on this phone, and although the low light images were good, it was not good as expected from a dedicated camera sensor. You'll wonder if OnePlus could fit the same old telephoto lens for this one as well. Observing the display, OnePlus has consistently delivered vivid displays in their phone, and the same is true for the latest OnePlus 5T. It has an optic AMOLED 6-inch Full HD display with a new 18:9 aspect ratio. There's no arguing about the display quality of OnePlus 5T, only bested by much pricier Samsung flagship in the market. There is no arguing about the display quality of OnePlus 5T, only bested by much pricier Samsung flagship in the market. The larger display has enabled a more immersive mobile experience. The videos look sharp, detailed, and more cinema-like with the wider screen. Gaming on OnePlus 5T is on another level though, and this is a hidden gem inside the phone. The powerful processor is well equipped to handle heavy game titles, and paired with the big screen makes it a delight to play on. If you look around, you can see very few phones with such performance, display, and OnePlus design aesthetics that matches the value it provides, and that makes OnePlus 5T the best phone produced by the company so far. Talking about software and performance, much praise for OnePlus gaming. Anyone can guess that this phone is a performance beast. Not only it has a powerful Snapdragon 835 CPU, this phone comes with 6 GB of RAM for insanely fast multitasking. So play a game on one side or watch a high-res video. This phone handles it all. Switching is handled elegantly, and if you go for the higher 8GB model, there's even more performance gain for the phone. Paired with the Oxygen OS, this phone delivers with no efforts. Oxygen OS is the most stock-like Android skin in the market. It adds different functions like gestures and smart touch over the nearly perfect stock Android. As a result, there are no bloatware to bog the phone down. It's good because the company offers a very good user experience and has built upon the previous phones to deliver a more refined and well-designed piece of electronics. And that is the secret that makes OnePlus 5T a good value smartphone.